I don't know if anyone even remembers Sheena the Jungle Girl anymore. Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Subliteral Network. I'm in art and comics, and thanks for watching. Remember to hit like and subscribe and to leave your feedback in the comments. Now, I post art daily, 5 days a week on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and this is a roundup of that work in case you missed it, with a little more detailed description added. You can read my Una the Cave Bunny comics free at radiocomics.com, and my new one-shot comic called Searchers is now available at burningstarcomics.net. Please visit my Patreon page if you'd like to support my work, and all these links are available in my description and bio. And please watch till the end so you don't miss anything. Whenever I sell something on eBay, I try to throw in a little Sharpie sketch with a thank you note on it, just kind of for fun. And this is one that I did for a She-Hulk drawing where she's destroying this giant robot. See what I'm doing with my signature there? I'm putting these little hash marks above and below it. There are two artists that do that. Alex Toth, who designed the Super Friends cartoon and a lot of other animation work for Hanna-Barbera, and Jordi Bernay, the illustrator of the Italian comic strip Torpedo, does that too. And I decided to just copy the both of them because I both love their work. So once in a while I'll do that with my signature. But it's the same design, and I wonder how it is that they both ended up doing it. I do know that Alex Toth was asked to draw the Torpedo strip, and it turned out he didn't really like the material because it's pretty R-rated, it's adult stuff, and it's violent, and it wasn't something that he wanted to do. So I know there's that connection, but I have no idea why they both signed their work with the same style of signature, just their initials and those hash marks on there. And I'm pretty sure it's an interesting story if I was ever to find out about it. Here's a painted version in Sketchbook Pro of a drawing I did in Sharpie and ink, sort of during my Robo Girl period. She started out as kind of a robot girl, and then she became a cyborg, and then I'm not even sure whether she's... I don't know, there's just kind of a lot of robot stuff going on here. But when I was painting in Sketchbook Pro, by this time, I was really interested in trying to get different lighting effects and different color schemes going. So these little drawings, this one is 5.5 by 8.5 inches, are really great for developing your painting technique. You know, I knew how to paint with like oils and watercolor, and I had a pretty good base of knowledge to start with when I first started picking up digital tools, and I found it was easy to practice with what I already knew because I didn't have to sit there mixing up paints and dealing with kind of the physical side of it in a way. So I think in a lot of ways I was able to leap ahead farther more quickly. Rather than learning to paint with digital tools, I already came in with that. And so over time I was able to just really stretch my ability to get some really nice effects that I liked a lot going. I used to buy the Sonic comic digests when they were published by Archie Comics. You could find them right in the drugstore, and they were those little digest-sized comic collections. And I got a real bug to start drawing Sonic comics. So I just really started practicing with the characters, and I think I got pretty good at it, although a lot of those guys were much better. But after a while I found out, Archie was publishing those digest editions because they had license was taken away from them to publish Sonic comics. And after that, a company called IDW Comics started publishing them. When IDW took it over, they slashed the number of characters and the number of books being published. So any artists that were working on Sonic comics were suddenly in a very small, very competitive space. And I said, I really considered sending them samples, and maybe I still will one day. But at the time, I was just incredibly crushed. Nobody saw Archie losing the Sonic license coming. It was a big surprise, and it's a pretty sure thing they stuck with their core artists and writers when they went to IDW, because they were the most popular, they were doing the best work, and they could rely on them rather than a bunch of people. The people who weren't so good, people they didn't know, or newbies coming in trying to snatch up the work. And the publications of Sonic have shrunk even further today. They're smaller and fewer magazines, and it's kind of a sad thing. It was a real blow. If things had gone a different way, I very well might be drawing Sonic comics today. If I had passed muster over there at IDW. But this is a sketch I did of Amy Rose. Just kind of started it to kind of get a feel for the character. Never intended to finish it. And I might finish it one day, just because I really like drawing, the characters so much. Now, one day, what I really should do is take all the Sonic samples that I have. I got a few pages of them, and just do a video or a couple of features just on them alone. Going over them, talking about the look of the characters that I achieved, and whether I really think I'm any good at it or not. This is Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, drawn on halftone paper with ink and markers and white china crayon and some color pencil here and there. What's funny about this picture is that nobody liked it at all. I posted it actually some years ago, and people gave it a meh. I posted it on eBay, and nobody nobody bought it, of course, because I still have it, but it just didn't get anybody interested. And Sheena is a golden age comic book character who went on to, I think it was a bunch of serials, movie serials starring a legendary pin-up beautiful woman named Irish McCalla. And I think that was much more popular than the comic book itself. The thing is, even though everybody hated it, I'm standing by this drawing. She had this peculiar outfit. You saw she's got like the leopard skin mini dress on, but that thing that she has on top, it was red and black and fuzzy, and there isn't an animal with a hide like that. And so no one ever really knew. Maybe somebody knew, but I sure didn't, what kind of animal that skin came off of. But I still mean to this day to draw every single Golden Age Jungle Queen that appeared in the comics of the day. A lot of them, like Sheena, is pretty well remembered. There were a lot that just came and went, and they all... It was funny how they would do that. They would always give them these semi-modern hairstyles and grooming, even though they, lived in the jungle. And it was just sort of a glamour, good girl kind of comic to get people to snatch it up off the newsstands. But a lot of great Golden Age artists drew those books. One of the things about some of the older artists from the Silver Age back is that they were illustrators and they were trained commercial artists from the beginning, and they did comic books for money. And what that means is they had a large range of art skills. They could draw attractive women, they could draw handsome men, they could draw airplanes, cars, elephants, and they were trained in composition. And that's why I think a lot of the older art, especially the Silver Age, because by then a lot of those artists were just more mature, more skilled when they were drawing like the old Green Lanterns and the Lois Lane comics. They were such skilled draftspeople by then. And modern comics have a lot of people who are starting out to draw comics. So they start from a lesser position, in my opinion. They start drawing things that look like comic book drawings, not things that look like drawings of objects. And I feel like that's something that just happened over time. The illustration field itself is really much reduced from what it used to be, and it's more specialized, and you can specialize if you're a person who only draws comic books that look like comic book things. And that's sort of, maybe it's just a symptom of the time that's passed and the specialization that inevitably happens in any field, and it happened in illustration. I'd like to thank you, my subscribers, and especially my new subscribers. I'm very happy you enjoy hearing something more about the work that I'm doing, and I hope the videos are entertaining, and I really hope you can come back for more.